Hello and welcome. I've got more cards to add to my random hat draw. But before I put those in, this one actually was in the store for a while and they were always sold out when I went to buy them. It's unstable. It's a pack, well, what I'm told, it's a pack of joke cards. Some can be overpowered and they're just meant for fun. This other pack I've got, Masters 25, which came out like the day before I'm recording this video, so it is the most recent booster pack you can get at the moment. So I'll be adding these two to my hat, and I'm actually hoping to draw the unstable this time around, but it's random, so let's see what we get. Alright, and the pack I will be opening today is Gatewatch. Not what I wanted, but oh well. I'll get it eventually, or I'll keep buying them until I get it. Alright, the first card I got is a red creature, a 2/5 Eldrazi drone, Maw of Kazalik. Now this creature has Devoid, which is an ability I've never heard of, but it means this card has no color, so despite it being red, it's colorless. This also has Pay 1 colorless, Kazilik. Maw of Kazilik gets +2/-2 until end of turn, where the diamond shape represents colorless mana. So it's an ability you could use twice without killing your creature. The Eldrazi make worse than ruins. They make a world where not even ruins stand. It's hard to tell what the creature in this art is even doing, because on one side of the card it looks like a waterfall of color, but on the other side it's like moving around its arm, so I don't know. Interesting. Next card is a white instant, Mighty Leap. Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains flying until end of turn. We may have lost faith in our gods, but we are never far from losing faith in ourselves. In the artwork, it depicts a figure made of clouds pushing him off the cliff to give him the extra boost. Next card is a blue instant, Abstruse Interference. But it has Devoid, so of course it's not blue, but colorless. And the art on this card actually extends beyond its normal border, and you can see it in the description, some of that blue light. With this card you can counter target spell unless its controller pays 1, and then you can put a 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Skizon creature token onto the battlefield. It has sacrifice this creature to add 1 colorless to your mana pool. Wasn't sure what kind of cards I'd get in this pack, but apparently colorless that aren't colorless but are colorless is what you're gonna get. Now we have a black sorcery, Witness the End. And it shows one humanoid creature looking upon a giant creature, I guess, encountering a titan of sorts. But of course this card isn't black because it's colorless, because it has Devoid. Target opponent exiles 2 cards from his or her hand and loses 2 life. What's the point of making some of these cards colorless if they're not even like creatures, which I don't know, there must be some other cards in this pack where maybe based on how many colorless you played or something. Ulamog stood before us at Sea Gate, ready to succumb, and then Kazalik arose. Whatever hope I had for our world died. And if I saw some titan walking around, I'd probably think that as well. Next is a green creature, a 2/3 spider, Netcaster Spider. This creature has reach, meaning it can block creatures with flying. Whenever Netcaster Spider blocks a creature with flying, Netcaster Spider gets +2/+0 until end of turn. So normally where it would be a 2/3, if it's blocking a flying, it's technically a 4/3. In the jungles of... always with weird words. In the jungles of Tazim, aerial assault is not always advantageous. Well, at least that was the first creature that was the color you cast it as. See, that might have been the first card. Oh, wait, no, I had a white one. The Mighty Leap. Black creature, a 2/2 Eldrazi drone, so it's because the Eldrazi, it's probably got Devoid. Oh, okay, that's Devoid. Slaughter Drone! So it's colorless because it has Devoid. Everything's got Devoid in this. Pay 1 colorless, Slaughter Drone gains Death Touch until end of turn, meaning any amount of damage it deals to a creature is enough to destroy it. Diamond shape represents colorless mana. It kills what it is, making way for what it should not be. Next up is a white creature, a 2/4 human wizard ally. Spawnbinder Mage. This creature has Cohort. You tap this card, tap an untapped ally you control, and then you can tap target creature. So Cohort, you have to work with your allies. Use 2 of yours just to take out one of theirs. Follow me, step lightly, and resist the urge to kick them. She's got some sort of glowing gem on a chain, and I guess while she's carrying that, it's got all the Eldrazi's around her in some sort of trance. Black Sorcery. Oblivion Strike. It has the Void. We all know what that does. With this sorcery, you can exile target creature. And the art depicts like an Eldrazi just destroying some earth elemental. It's bad enough to be torn to pieces. It's worse, by far, to be torn from the world itself. A red creature, a 3/2 Goblin Warrior Ally. That's a lot of subclasses. Goblin Freerunner. This card has Surge at the cost of 1 colorless and 1 red. You may cast a spell for its Surge cost if you or a teammate has cast another spell this turn. Alright, that's pretty cool. Instead of paying 4, you can pay 2, so long as you played something else beforehand. So in total, to get this card out, you could just pay no more than 3. Although, are lands considered spells? I don't think they are. Okay, lands are not spells, kind of figured, but thought I should double check. So yeah, you would need to at least pay 3 for this. This card also has Menace. This creature can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. Damn. There are old goblins and ambitious goblins, but very few old, ambitious goblins. I got a land card. Cinder Barons. Cinder Barons enters the battlefield tapped, and you can just simply tap this card to add black or red to your mana pool. Looks like a black pyramid is falling from the sky, and it just happens to be falling in the lands between a dead forest and a volcano. A mudflow swallowed lands years ago. All that remains are a bottomless mire and an endless rain of ash. And that was technically an uncommon card as well. Yeah, we got a blue creature, a 1/2 Eldrazi drone. Prophet of Distortion. It only costs 1 to play. And of course it has the Void. So why make it blue? I've yet to draw anything that explains why so many cards have the Void in this. Pay 3 and 1 colorless. So 4 colorless. I don't know why you had to specify the diamond shape next to it. You could have just simply put the number 4 there and it would have relayed the same message. Do this in order to draw a card. Diamond represents colorless mana. Yeah, I know. It doesn't twist words. It twists worlds. I mean, it's a low-costing creature that only 1 to play, and then you can at any time pay 4 mana to draw a card. I mean, so it's alright, I guess. I'm still confused about why so many cards have the Void. I'm certain there's something in this set where it's like, based on this many devoid or colorless creatures you have or played or something. Just haven't gotten anything like that yet. Up next is a white creature, a 0/6 wall. Wall of Resurgence. And there's those pyramids from the land card, but I can actually see them better now without all the ash. They emit some sort of blue light. Something tells me that's some sort of creature or sorcery card in the set. Now initially I thought the wall might have been the cliffside there, but it could just as easily be the labyrinth below. This card has Defender, meaning it can't attack. When Wall of Resurgence enters the battlefield, you may put 3 +1/+1 counters on target land you control. Huh. If you do so, that land becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste that's still a land. That's cool. I like this. So you pay 3 to play your wall, and then additionally, one of your lands can become an elemental to attack for you. I like it. I think that's the first card I've gotten in this pack that I like the effect that it has. Now we're going to go ahead and do the cards in the back, since they tend to be tokens and lands. And yeah, I got a 3/2 flying angel token and a blue land. I've still got 2 more cards left, so I'll do this one first. It is a blue instant. Negate, but it's holographic. Yeah, this is an old card, just with new art. Counter target non-creature spell. Eventually, everything returns to silence. At least I'm pretty sure that's new art. I'd have to go find one of my other negates. And lastly, a white legendary creature, a 3/4 human ally, General Tezri. General Tezri. Keep wanting to pronounce the R before the Z. And the rule with any legendary card, in this case creature, you can only have one of that type on the battlefield at a time. I think that rule is shared between you and your opponent, so if your opponent were to happen to play this card, yours would be destroyed, I think. Or if you played a second one, your first one's destroyed, something like that. The point is you can only have one of each legendary creature. Like, I could have multiple legendary creatures if I had them, but only one General Tezri. When General Tezri enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an ally card, like my ally Goblin Warrior. Reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle your library. Additionally, oh jeez, pay 5 mana, one of each color. White, blue, black, red, and green. Ally creatures you control get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of colors among those creatures. Colors among those creatures. Well, here's a kicker. Most of the creature cards I have are colorless because of the void. So I finally got an ability for that, but a negative one. Let's see here. Let's pretend. Yeah, I think that might be the only ones I have. No, I got a green one as well. Okay, so here are all my colored creatures. Basically all the ones that didn't have void on them. So if I had these 3 on the field already, and when I played him, my general, or rather when I play his second effect, I believe all 4 of these creatures, no, I'm wrong. It's specifically ally creatures, so the spider wouldn't work. But both my goblin and my mage are both ally creatures. With these cards on the field, paying that cost, these 3 would all gain a +2/+2 until end of turn, because there are only 2 colors shared among them, that being white and red. Yeah, I think I got that right. So basically, it shouldn't be any higher than a +5/+5 if you had one of each color. X is the number of colors among those creatures. Yeah, I think I got that right. I don't know, you have to build your whole deck around being able to play all 5 colors just to use this card. It could be done as simply as putting some colorless artifacts in that you tap them to play certain mana colors, so I don't know if I personally would build a deck around it, but it could be done. So overall, I didn't really draw too many cards that interest me personally. I really only had 2. That being my Goblin Ally Warrior and the Defender Wall. So I'm not sure if I'll ever get around to building a deck around either of those cards, but maybe one day I'll build one with them in it. So that was the Booster Pack Overwatch. I hope you enjoyed it, and next time should be another Fat Pack video. So until then, thanks for watching. Alright, it's been a while since I last played Gatewatch, but it shouldn't be that hard to just jump right back into it.
I found the
See? Piece of cake. I love Gatewatch.